Hi kids. In this session you are going to learn about advent of the Europeans. Many of the foreign travelers, traders, missionaries, field servants who came to India in the 18th and 19th centuries have left accounts of experiences and the impressions in the name of the sources. Okay. Now we are going to learn about sources of modern India. What are the sources that we are getting from the modern India? The sources for the history of modern India. It helps us to know about the political, socio-economic and cultural developments in the country. Actually, at the starting, the Portuguese, that people alone, they came to India at first from the European continent. After that, Dutch, French, Danes and the English people, they came to India and they recorded so many official transactions in India also. Okay, well preserved records are very valuable to know about the relations in India. The archives at Lisbon, it is in Goa, Pondicherry, and Madras were literally storehouses of precious historical information. What are the kinds of sources? We can write history with the help of sources like written sources as well as with the material sources. Written sources. After the advent of the printing press, numerous books were published in different languages. People began to acquire knowledge easily in the fields like art, literature, history, and science. The Europeans came to know about the immense wealth of India from the accounts of Marco Polo, attracted Europeans to this country. Anandarangam recorded the events that took place in French India. He was the translator in Pondicherry to assist French trade in India. His diaries contain the daily events from 1736 to 1760. They are only written secular record available during that period. His diaries reveal his profound capacity for political judgment and is a most valuable source of history. Written sources, it includes the literatures, travel accounts, diaries, autobiographies, pamphlets, government documents, and manuscripts. Archives. Archives, this is a place where historical documents are preserved. The National Archives of India is located in Delhi, which is the largest archives in India. George William Forrest can rightly be called as the father of National Archives of India. The Madras Record Office, presently known as Tamil Nadu Archives, is located in Chennai. It is one of the oldest and largest document repositories in southern India. The collections include series of administrative records in Dutch, Danish, Persian and Marathi. Few documents are in French, Portuguese, Tamil and Urdu also. Tamil Nadu Archives has 1642 volumes of Dutch records which relate to Cochin and Coromandel coast. Material sources. Many paintings and statues give us a lot of information on the achievements of national leaders and historical personalities. We may say about the buildings like St. Francis Church at Cochin, St. Louis Fort at Pondicherry, St. George Fort in Madras. These are all some of the example for this one. They are in the different styles and techniques of Indian architecture. Some objects and materials of religious, cultural and historical value are collected and preserved in museums. These museums help to preserve and promote our cultural heritage. The National Museum in Delhi is the largest museum in India, which was established in 1949. Coins. These are also one of the good source to know about the administrative history. The first coinage in modern India under the crown was issued in 1862. Edward VII ascended after Queen Victoria and the coins issued by him bore his model. The Reserve Bank of India was formally set up in 1935 and was empowered to issue Government of India notes. The first paper currency issued by RBI in January 1938 was 5 rupee notes bearing the portrait of King George VI. In 1690, Fort St. David was built by the British in Kadalur. Thank you, kids.